And I'm Savannah. Welcome to Fast News. During today's show, we'll be looking at some of the news reports from the last month.
Our first story is about Cultural Appreciation Day that took place before half-term.
Let's cross over to Joshua to find out more.
Hello Passmores, I'm Joshua Douglas and I'm reporting to you about Cultural Appreciation Day. I'm going to interview Mr. Pickering who organised it. Let's go.
So I used to be in charge of all the Aspire Days. So I used to organise 6 during the year. And then when we came back after lockdown, we realised that we needed to sort of change things around a little bit. So we had a conversation and we came up with the idea of continuing with the Cultural Appreciation. So for me, it was an opportunity to take a drop-down day and not take people off timetable, but look at how subjects could incorporate or teach an idea through their sort of teaching their subject itself. So then with like the migration, Cultural Appreciation Day that we've just had, you know, the idea was to get different people from different diverse backgrounds and cultures and ethnicities sort of represented. So that's why we've got all the posters around the school and the poems about, you know, the refugee experience. So really that it came out of this idea of there's some really big topics out there and we just sometimes don't get the chance to cover them in depth in class. So if we could have a whole day, then, you know, that would be a good opportunity.
Thank you Mr. Pickering for the interview. Now let's go interview other staff members and see what they thought of it.
Well, I found it very informative. Watching the video throughout the course of the day, seeing what other families have to go through to migrate and to seek asylum in Western Europe. So it's very interesting and moving.
Right, it's a really interesting, especially the video with the refugees. That story told over the course of a day that reflected such a horrific journey, I think was an important story to tell. And I don't actually think sometimes that people in this country understand necessarily the hardships and the choices that people have had to make. We certainly enjoyed in English as well, building on from that and looking at a Benjamin Zephaniah poem, which was fun, interesting, and thinking about immigration in a slightly different way.
Thanks Joshua. Our next Cultural Appreciation Day is in May.
That's right, and we'll be looking at different festivals that have taken place all around the world.
Our next story comes from Logan, who will let me explain.
Hi, I'm Logan Young, and today I'm going to be asking some Passmores teachers, what's your favourite meal deal? Let's go. Right, so today we're joined with Mr. Farmery, and we're going to be asking him what his favourite meal deal is. Oh, I don't think he can hear me.
Oh, hi there, Logan. How are you?
Really good, yeah. Basically, we're going to be asking him what his favourite meal deal is, but I think we should switch sides because he's deaf in that ear. So...
I'm all here now, Logan. I'm all here.
Brilliant.
All good.
So, Mr. Farmery, what is your favourite meal deal?
I love white bread, cheese, and then like a packet of salt and vinegar crisps, and then a Coke. Pepsi, actually, Pepsi. Can't be diet, none of that rubbish. It's got to be Pepsi.
I think that was a bit average. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give you a solid 6 out of 10. How do you feel?
I feel that's how I'd rate your presenting.
Right, so today we're joined by Mr. Fay. Here he is, and we're basically going to be asking him what his favourite meal deal is. So he's risen from the skies because he's about 7 foot tall. Right, okay, so what is your favourite meal deal, Mr. Fay?
So I'd say my favourite meal deal is a BLT, lovely BLT, nice sort of like lovely bit of bacon.
Rate that.
I'd have a Summer Fruits Oasis, and I'd also have, I think, a packet of McCoy's salt and vinegar.
Do you know what? I really rate that. I'm actually going to give that a 9 out of 10. I think that's an incredible meal deal. So, we're joined with Miss Brookin, and we're basically going to be asking her what her favourite meal deal is. So, Miss Brookin, what is your favourite meal deal?
Cheese ploughmans, specifically from Co-op, prawn cocktail crisps, and Coke Zero.
Well. I'm going to give that a 5. It's disappointing, to be honest. She's actually stormed out on us. That is rude. We're going to have to disqualify that one because you didn't even have a Tesco meal deal. I mean, who doesn't have a Tesco meal deal? Right, so we're joined by Mr. Chadwick now, and we're going to ask him, what is your favourite Tesco meal deal?
Tesco? Sorry guys, it's more like Waitrose. I don't go to Tesco's. I don't do Tesco. I need to just check because I'm on a very strict cycling sort of plan at the moment, and I have to limit my calories to whatever, and I have to have very strict diet. So first of all, I just need to tell you that I'm not a veggie, by the way. Today I had pesto, spinach and pine nut pasta, which sounds a bit sort of like hippie-ish, but I'm not a hippie. I also
it's not a hippie.
Special sort of recovery type drink with lots of protein, which I make in the morning, which is very pleasant indeed. And then I had a bit of fruit, so that's my meal deal. That would probably cost in excess of over £5, which is probably not a great deal, but there you go.
Well, I mean, that wasn't very funky from the Funk Master DJ Cheese, I must say. I'm going to rate that one a 6 out of 10. You get solid.
Pathetic.
Right, so today we're joined with Miss Jenna, and we're going to ask her, what is your favourite meal deal?
My favourite meal deal is an M&S one. It's a dinner for two, so you can have a starter, a main, and vegetables, and an afters. And you also get a bottle of wine with it.
Ooh, bottle of wine. I mean, it's not Tesco, but I'd have to rate that an 8 out of 10. It's solid. Yeah.
Yeah, £20, dinner for two, and usually there's enough for another day if we're good.
She's invented the £20 meal deal. There we go. Right, so we're now joined by Mr. King, and we're going to ask him, what's your favourite meal deal?
Okay, so, controversial, but I like cheese and onion sandwich, which is perhaps the cheapest sandwich they do in Tesco's, but the taste is just absolutely addictive. So that's what I'm going to go for. Sometimes my meal deals come in at less than the price of the actual meal deal, which is very pleasing. McCoy's crisp beef flavour, so I get my meat there, and some form of cold packaged coffee, but not Starbucks because they're like milkshakes. I need to have that caffeine hit in my drink.
Do you know what? That's a mixed bag, that is, because I think you started off badly, but you got better with the McCoy's and the coffee. So do you know what? I'm going to give you a solid 6.5 there. What do you think?
I mean, I'll take that. I know, perhaps I'm just a cheapskate, maybe that's the problem.
So today we're joined with Mr. Goddard, and we're going to ask you, what's your favourite meal deal?
Well, I have to say, ham and cheese sandwich from the Marks and Spencer's, salt and vinegar discos, and a Diet Coke. Salt and vinegar discos, though, have to go in the sandwich.
Ooh, that's a mixed bag for me. I mean, it's a hard one. I'd probably give it an average 6, unfortunately.
Well, I'll give you a taste at some point. Maybe I'll change your mind.
I mean, I don't like cheese, so.
Well, best not.
So we're joined with Mr. Obo now, and we're going to ask him, what's your favourite meal deal?
Favourite meal deal? That's a very random question because there are many meal deals one can have. You can have meal deals at the Co-op, you can have meal deals at McDonald's, you can have meal deals at various newsagents nationwide. My favourite meal deal will probably be any sandwich, vegetarian, vegan sandwich, with probably ready salted crisps and a bottle of Evian. Yeah, that's what I have.
First of all, thanks for the lecture, and also, that was very bland, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to give you a 5. I'm sorry, sir.
A 5?
A 5.
Why?
Because I think it was so bland. You went for the Evian water, which is, I suppose, hydrating.
Yeah.
But
you are water.
But it was very... You can't argue with me. I run this show.
Yeah, but you're telling... You can't tell me mine is bland. Because that's mine. It's personal to me.
But it is bland.
No, cut.
So we're joined with Mr. Shine, and we're going to ask him, what's your favourite meal deal?
My favourite meal deal would be the chicken and stuffing sandwich from Tesco with a bag of Doritos and a bottle of water. Healthy for you.
See, I rate that. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to give him a 7.5 because I actually think that was really good. Thanks.
Good, thank you.
Right, so we're joined with Miss Negus, and we're going to ask her, what's your favourite meal deal?
Well, I'd pick a wrap, a falafel and hummus wrap. I'd go for a diet Pepsi or Diet Coke, and I'd go for a bag of Doritos. That's nice.
I tell you what, we haven't had anything like that yet. I rate that.
Am I different? Different? Yeah. Extraordinary?
Definitely, definitely. We're going to give that a 7.5 out of 10.
I'm giving it 10 out of 10.
But I'm giving it a 7.5 because that's my ratings. I don't even like meal deals, but I get to rate this. Okay, so we're joined with Mr. Pickering, and we're going to ask him, what's your favourite meal deal?
Well, I've got to say it's the Sainsbury's meal deal.
because it fits my budget, because I like to get value for money, and I think it's only £3 and you get a nice sandwich, something like a nice duck roll, get a nice drink. I can pretend I'm being healthy by getting some orange juice, and then I can spoil myself with a packet of crisps. And that's it. Oh, just very boring, ready salted.
I'm getting down marks for that.
I know, honestly. And yeah, and I often get it when I'm going back up to see my family in Manchester, because there's a Sainsbury's halfway. This is really sad, and it just is convenient, but always fills me up, always makes me happy, and I don't feel as though I've been ripped off.
I'm going to rate that a 7 out of 10 because I think it's pretty solid there. So yeah, I'm rating them. I don't even like meal deals, but I'm rating them. So thanks for the interview.
Nice one. I like the sound of Mr. Shine's Tesco meal deal.
Really? I'm a person gone hard and crisp sandwich.
We look forward to Logan's slot next month. If you have any ideas on what you want him to ask teachers next, pop into L104 and let us know.
Finally, we're going to find out about the house events that happen this month.
Here's Hannah's with the latest on the Year 10 house events.
I'm Denise and I'm here to report to you the Year 10 boys house events that happen on the 2nd of February. Let's go have a look at what they're doing. Come on in.
Welcome to Passmores House Events. This is our Year 10 boys doing basketball, where each house compete against each other. Dragon, Griffin, Lion, Unicorn for 100 points for first place, 75 for second, 50 for third and 25 for fourth. May the best team win.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Wilhite and this is...
My name is Mr. Weber, guys.
And we are deputy heads of houses at Passmores Academy, and today we are watching house events. House events is a great time for camaraderie against the teams. They get to come together and compete against one another. And if you want to look in, you can see our boys playing some basketball.
The boys basketball Year 10.
Yeah.
Lions v Unicorn.
Lions versus Unicorn. So
have a good one, guys.
us two against each other. So yeah, have a great night.
Okay, so we've got the Year 10 house events. We've got the boys basketball going on the sports hall. We've had a couple of games already so far. We're looking at Lion edging out into the lead. We're about to play Dragon versus Griffin. Come on, Griffin.
Hi everybody, I'm back. But now, let's hold on the Astro to see what the girls are doing.
So here at house events, outside, Year 10 girls are playing football. I'm on Dragon's team and I'm goalie right now. We've scored 1 goal so far. Lions with 2, so we need to get at least 3 to make it. And that's the rundown.
Okay, so far with Lion against Unicorn, Lion won, and then Dragon against Griffin, Griffin won.
And in the second game, Dragon versus Lion was a tie, and Unicorn versus Griffin, Griffin won again.
Okay, so I'm here today to support Unicorn football. Give a bit of a cheer on. As you can see, there are house events going on, girls football.
Okay, so we won because we're amazing, and we beat Unicorn, Griffin and Dragon. We drew against Dragon, I think. So yeah, we're really proud of ourselves.
Amazing. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, great work. Good job to everyone who participated and earned points for their houses.
That's it for today's show.
Join us next time for more Pass News. Goodbye.
Goodbye.